It's Taylor with Real Estate Tay, bringing you some options today on how to sell your home that currently is tenant occupied. So we've got a few different options, and really it's what works best for you and your situation, and even with your tenant. If your tenant's awesome, this makes the process a lot smoother, but if you have a problem tenant or tenant that has bad communication, you just kind of have to find what works best for you. So the first option really is, and it's the best option, I'm going to be honest, is to wait until the lease expires, so that way they have a chance to move out, move all their stuff out. You have a chance to go in there and clean the carpets or do another layer of paint, whatever it might be, to spruce up the house, to sell the house for top dollar. Now, I understand that not every situation is going to work that way. Maybe you can't really afford to wait 11 months to sell your property, whatever the situation might be. But the second option, if you can't wait, is to do a cash for keys option. So this is where you offer your tenant money to move out of the property. Now, just know that they legally are able to stay until that lease expires, honestly. So you can offer them money and switch out for keys. They might take it, but they also might not. You might want to consult an attorney on that because every state is different as well. Another thing you can do is offer, if this works for you, it might not work for everyone, is offer seller financing to your tenant. So if your tenant has been there for a long time, and each situation is different, I totally understand. If your tenant is interested in buying the property and you can do seller financing, that is always a great way to go, especially if they've been a great tenant all the way through the process. Now, if you have a crappy tenant, maybe you don't want to do seller financing with them. I totally understand that too, but it's an option if you've got that handy. Now, another option for you if you're trying to sell it off market is to sell it to another investor, right? Because in all honesty, a retail buyer can't purchase a home that has someone already living in it, right? The loan just isn't going to go through. So if you know a network of investors or you go to local meetups and you've got a group, feel free to try to sell it one-on-one to another investor. They would probably be more interested in biting with a property that already has a tenant, and that takes out half the process. But of course, they want to make sure that that tenant has been screened, pays on time, and does all of the proper maintenance, because no one wants to inherit a crappy tenant. That's the truth of it. So that's another piece if you want to try to do it off market. Now, if you're out of options, none of the off market ones work for you, and you can't really wait until the lease is up with your current tenant, you can always still place it on the market. Now, if you do this, it is a little tricky because you've got to go in understanding that when you put it on the market, it obviously is going to get way more eyes than trying to do it off market, right? So from here though, you're still going to be attracting other investors because, again, retail buyers can't purchase a property that already has someone else living in it for another 6 months, right? So you're going to still be selling it to other investors. So be prepared. Go ahead and expect for low balls to come in, because what do investors want? Investors want a deal. They want a deal. They want something that's going to cash flow greatly, and for that kind of means that they're going to offer way lower than you potentially want. So just know that that is going to happen. You're going to get some low balls along the way, but just know it's transactional. It's not emotional. It's not that your property sucks or that it's not fabulous. I'm sure it is, but investors at the end of the day are going to care about that bottom line. They're not going to care about the awesome features that you put in it or the brand new fancy appliance that you put in it. They're going to care about how much money they're making at the end of the day. So when you get a low ball, just know that that's part of the process. But the biggest thing is when you have a tenant, you still have to be able to show the property. So make sure you're communicating with your tenant to see when maybe the best times are for that house to be shown. Maybe they have certain work schedules. Maybe you can work with them to figure out the best times to show it. But the best way to do it is to have an agent who can do a video of your property, because a lot of investors especially will be happy to put in an offer without actually seeing the property. Now, they are going to care about the big things. They're going to care about what kind of condition the HVAC is in. They're going to care about what kind of shape the windows are in, because that's a kind of a big expense for them. They're also going to care about the roof and what kind of shape that's in, because that could be a big expense for them down the road too as well. So if you have an agent who can go in and do a quick video of the property, hitting all the big things that an investor is going to care about, that's going to help your property, one, sell way faster, and two, sell for much higher, because they're going to have all their questions answered before the offer even comes in. So having that video prepped and ready to go is going to be a huge game changer for you as you're selling your tenant occupied property. So I hope these tips helped going from off market to even on market options, especially with that video hit as well, to help you get through the process in that transaction. So if you have any other questions or need help through your process or just need a second opinion, I'm here for you. I'll put my contact info at the end of this video, but I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm gonna go jump in the pool. It is July and I am on fire. So I hope you guys are having a good one and hope you have some water to hop into. See you on the next video. Bye.